Hey there YouTube, this is CFL Fanatic here with your Week 17 picks for the 2009 CFL season. It really should be another good week. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds, but first, let's take a look and see how I did last week. 2-1-1. I gave myself half a point for the tie there. I almost had all 3 wins in a row, but Winnipeg with an unfortunate loss to BC, and that brings my total so far to 4-3-1. I just started a couple weeks ago. Overall, I think that's not too bad. Alright, so we'll get to some news here. Casey Printers is expected to start for the BC Lions. I will repeat that. Casey Printers is expected to start for the BC Lions. I really don't like this move. I don't know about you guys, but I thought Travis Lulay didn't look too bad last week against Winnipeg. But Casey Printers, I mean, he hasn't been there for like ever. You know, I really don't know how much he's going to be of use to them. So it should be interesting to take a look at that, how that unfolds. Alright, instead of my 30-second rundown today, I'm going to take a look at the standings because things are really starting to get interesting in the CFL. So obviously you got Montreal there with 13-2. Not very exciting. They're pretty much outperforming everybody at this point. So you got Saskatchewan and Calgary. Their match last week didn't solve anything. They're still tied because they actually tied the game, 8-6-1. Just below them, you have the BC Lions at 8-7. With a win against Saskatchewan this week, they could take first place in the West. Edmonton is not that far behind either. They're at 7-8. But Edmonton is having a lot of struggles. You know, three losses in their last 4 games, and their one win was a 3-point win to the Argos. That's not going to cut it. Alright, and you got Hamilton and Winnipeg both fighting to stay alive. Both 6-9. Hamilton putting up a good fight against Montreal. You know, Winnipeg's just got a couple kinks to work out. And then at the bottom, of course, you have Toronto, who will miss the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. This year has just been a disaster in TO. Alright, so without further ado, we'll get to the main attraction, Week 17. First up, Friday Night Football, Game 1, the Hamilton Tiger Cats taking on the Toronto Argonauts. You know, Hamilton has shown so much improvement, and, you know, they lost last time they played the Argos, but the Argos suck. Let's face it, I'm a fan, but they suck. I'm going with the Ticats to win this one. Alright, so we'll go to Game 2 on Friday night. Doubleheader Friday night. Haven't had that for a while. Edmonton Eskimos taking on the Calgary Stampeders. You know, I thought Calgary looked pretty good in the tie against Saskatchewan, and Edmonton's really struggled. So, you know, Calgary still has some work to do, but I expect that Edmonton is the team to start with because Edmonton's having some problems. So, I am going to go with the Calgary Stampeders to win this game. Alright, so with that, we'll move to Saturday, Montreal Alouettes and Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Last time these two played, Winnipeg got embarrassed by Montreal. I believe the score was 33-14, if I recall correctly. And I don't think there's going to be much of a challenge this time either. You know, once again, got to go with the Owls to win that game. They are performing very well. Alright, so the final game, BC Lions and Saskatchewan Roughriders. You know, this will probably be just about the best game of the season. But really, you know, BC squeaked by Winnipeg, and Saskatchewan is looking very, very good. Their defense is looking a little soft, but overall their offense is strong. And you know what? I don't like the Printers' decision. I think that they'll regret that. I am going to go with the Riders to win this game. So this should be an interesting week in the CFL. There are my picks again in case you missed them. So I wish you the best and all the teams the best for Week 17 in the CFL. I'll be updating Thursday with Week 18. I'll see you then.